Well, hello, friends. Mark Holmes here with my buddy Cowboy Joe Boo, as well as Joe Bear in the house. And as always, I want to thank you guys for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, it don't work without you guys. So let's get open for business here, and let's wake up the football guys. Wake up, guys. Wake up. All right, you guys are making me do what I hate to do. Okay, I hate mock drafts to save my life because they're really pointless. Because really believing that they actually have any credibility, they really don't. It changes, and the draft is an unpredictable beast. It's like predicting where a lightning bolt is going to strike. You just can't figure it out unless you're the only one that's on a beach during a thunderstorm. That might be a good prediction if you're okay, especially if you're holding a lightning rod. But that's about it. So I'm going to do what I do, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and put in my analytical thinking here. Okay, my analytical thinking here was kind of like what I did last year. Last year I said that there's certain positions that you know are going to be a run on in the draft. There's other positions that don't typically have a lot of picks in the first round. Safety is one of those ones. Very rarely do you see safeties go in the first round. They usually don't. In fact, more cases than not, your good safeties and stuff are being taken up in the second round. Case in point, especially when you have more than three or four safeties taken early in the first two rounds the year before, typically it goes down. And that was one of those ones where I said that one of the three safeties, top safeties, would be there when the Dallas Cowboys picked. Turned out there were a couple of them, including Warren Thornhill. Instead, we went with Tristan Hill. Now, Tristan Hill so far hasn't shown a whole lot, but here's an opportunity for him to do stuff. So, with that being said, I'm going to try and figure out where we're going to go in the draft. So I'm just going to kind of go through the picks that are before us and what I deem as what is necessary for them. Okay? So the first team on the clock, of course, is the Cincinnati Bengals, and we know they're looking at a quarterback, and they're probably going to take Joe Burrow. Okay? When you go next, you got the Redskins. You know, pretty much, I believe they're going to take Chase Young. And talk about an edge rusher with the name of Chase. You got to love that. I mean, it just doesn't get any better than that. The Lions, who say they're open for business and are looking to trade back, they pretty much, I think they're going to go defense or safety, So maybe like Simmons might go for them. Somebody like that. They're going to go defense. That's their biggest need right now. Although I know they're itching to get rid of Matthew Stafford, I just don't see them taking a quarterback. The Giants, they got their quarterback, they got the running back. Defense is where they need to go. I would say actually secondary, so maybe a cornerback would be it. The Dolphins, I think they will take Tua. I think they're going to take the risk, figuring they have multiple first-round picks, that they're not blowing it if he ends up being a bust. But although some people will say that Tua's dropped down towards the lower end of the top 10, we'll have to wait and see on that. I believe the Chargers are looking, of course, for a quarterback, and Jordan Love might be in the mix, or maybe Tua is still there and they take Tua. But either way, they're going quarterback. Panthers, I think they're going to need defensive line. Cardinals, they need for Murray, they need some offensive line help. The Jags, definitely for Minshew, need some offensive line. The Browns, with Baker Mayfield, definitely need help on the offensive line. Jets, they need some people to throw to. Raiders, probably could use somebody to throw to. San Francisco, San Francisco, I think, needs help on the lines. So, defensive tackle, maybe offensive line. Tampa Bay, definitely offensive line with Tom Brady. They got to protect Tom Brady, so you got to figure they're going to go offensive line. Denver, their defense is pretty good. I think they're going to look for a wide receiver. And Falcons, their offense is pretty good. They need help desperately on the defense, so maybe a cornerback. So, in my mind, before the Cowboys pick, I think you're going to have three quarterbacks taken. I think you're going to take four offensive linemen, offensive tackles. I think are going to go. I think that's going to be more than anything else. So that's 7 players right now that, to me, are taken off the board with just 2 positions. I think wide receivers, that you'll probably have 3 wide receivers, but I'm not worried. I know a lot of you guys are like, we need to take a wide receiver early in the draft, but listen, there's a lot of wide receivers in here. I think you can get a starting wide receiver in the 3rd, 4th round. Remember, Michael Gallup was a 3rd round drafted wide receiver. Defensive tackles, I think you're going to probably have 2 taken off the board. Edge rushers, we know Chase Young will definitely be gone off the board. And cornerbacks, I think you're going to end up losing probably about 2 of those, the top 2. So, thinking of this, you want to look at getting the best player available in positions that you have of need. And for me, okay, I'm a nose tackle. I was a nose guard. And I love pressure on the quarterback, okay? So if it were me and I'm building a team just like we built our offense from the offensive line out, for me, I'm building my defense from the defensive line out. Because for every action, there's a reaction. If we've got a great offensive line that neutralizes the defensive line, then you need to have a defensive line that can neutralize the offensive line, For every reaction, there's a reaction. And we haven't had that reaction on our defensive line in forever. Now, I know we got Dontari Poe. I know we got Gerald McCoy, okay? I know we're going to get back, Tyrone Crawford, that maybe we'll end up getting Aldon Smith. If he's reinstated, we might even get Randy Gregory to go with D-Law. But see, for me, I still like that push up the middle. And by the way the draft is shaping up in there, I think that you can get the 3rd best prospect out there. And that is, Vosh doesn't like a trash can full of dirt. I say get a roll-off dumpster full of gravel. But we could get maybe a Canadian bulldozer. And that is Nivelle Gilmore. This brother, you talk about putting the brother in. This brother is 305 pounds. He dropped 25 pounds between 2018 and 2019 just to make himself a little bit more svelte, so he could really rush the passer. Now, when you look at his numbers, he's got 29 tackles and 6.5 sacks. And I know you're going to say, well, 6.5 sacks, that's not much. But see, you got to understand what an interior defensive lineman's job is. It's to get a push up the middle and keep the linebackers clean. Because if he can get that push up the middle, your outside rushers will then be able to penetrate. If he occupies space and you worry about him, blowing a play up, then that means you're going to double team him, which means it keeps your linebackers clean. And more than anything else, a quarterback cannot stand pressure at their feet. This brother bench presses 500 pounds. This brother squats 800 pounds. To put that in perspective, that's literally putting me on each side of the bar. Put 2 of me. 2 of me. That dude's bench pressing 2 of me. This brother is squatting 800 pounds. 800. That's 3.5 of me, bro. This guy not only is strong at 6'2", he's running a 4.7 940. This is a beast. I want you to watch these highlights. He's number 90 right here. Okay, let's move the camera. Let's move the camera. Hold it. Let's move the camera right here. He's number 90 right here. Okay, let's get rid of that. I want you to watch some of this man because he is a grown man. Boom. You see that? You see that walk off. He just literally just not watch. Look, 90 does a swim move. Bam! Look at that. He don't have look. He just hit him with the shoulder. Look at this guy. Bam! How do you like to have that big fat guy fall? Did you see that? Did you see that? Look at this man. Look at the push. Come here, come here. Boom! And then bounces on him with all his weight. Good God Almighty. Look at, yeah, you're not going anywhere. You're not going anywhere. That's what I'm talking about. Could you imagine getting that push? Look at that. Look at it. Even being held, still, you ain't going nowhere. You're not going nowhere. Look at it. Push, push, push. Up, up. Hey. Now watch this. Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. Comes from behind, knocks the damn ball. Dude. That's a bait. Look. Come here. Punch that ball up. Bam. Oh, you were so close. So close. And see, that's the kind of production you want to get in the middle of the field. I was hoping that we could get that kind of production from Tristan Hill, because I don't want to put this out there again, because I was looking at some of the highlights of Tristan Hill, and I said, that could be our Warren Sapp in the middle. But this brother is scary. Look at this. Look at that. Did you see the speed of this guy? This guy, look at him. Look. This guy is an absolute positive freak. If you get Aldon Smith on the outside, if you get DeMarcus Lawrence healthy with an attitude and hangry, forget the Snickers contract. I want him hangry. On the outside, you get Dontari Poe, you get Gerald McCoy. Dude, you talking about a defensive front that will literally have quarterbacks pissing down their leg. Something that has not happened with our Dallas Cowboys in forever. That's the kind of guy we need to draft in the draft. So that's one of the guys that I am definitely high on. Nivelle, absolute beast. So I'll be back later on. Edge rusher is also a possibility, and we'll look at some edge rushers that could be available using the same formula that we have here on basically how the draft is going to shake up. And as you look through at positions, here's the thing you want to say. Okay, if you know that there's going to be 3 quarterbacks, then you're getting the 4th best. If you know there's going to be 3 wide receivers, at best you're getting the 4th best prospect. If you know nobody's taking centers, if you really want a center that you can probably get in the 2nd round, you can get the best center there. That's the way you have to look at this. So you want to play the numbers of where you're going to be able to get the best guy that's going to help your system. And I got to tell you, if you could get somebody who could play like that on the pro level, he's definitely got the skills, he's got the size, he's got speed, he's got strength, and it seems like he got a little bit of an attitude there. So we'll have to wait and see what the Dallas Cowboys do some 12 days, 4 hours, and 55 minutes from now. I'm Mark Holmes, and I hope you're having a great Easter weekend, and I'll see you soon.